Hey everybody, it's Gabe Bentz here. Recently, about a week or two ago, I wrote a post about how virtual reality and augmented reality are basically going to change and affect a great deal of the robotics industry. And that post got a lot of really good response, so thank you to all you guys for stopping by and reading what we had to say there. But a lot of people wanted a lot more elaboration on it. So I thought I'd kind of do this vlog post about social robots and how they're going to interact with augmented reality. So let's see here. Social robots, we'll just kind of give an overview. A social robot is basically a robot that's just there for entertainment. They're an interface basically with your house that's more entertaining and more natural for us to work with than like a button or some kind of controller. There's something that you speak to and it reacts to what you say and then it performs some task. A lot of personal robot or social robots are what are becoming home robots right now. If you're familiar with either Jibo or Pepper, those are both considered social robots. They don't do any practical work because they're meant to connect with other devices in order to perform some kind of work, but they're mainly meant to be a friend, an ally, a toy that you play with. So like Jibo, its big killer apps are that it's basically a great smart home interface. It's like a very upgraded Amazon Echo that has a screen and can kind of interact with you and play with you and tell stories to your kids and moves around so that it's very natural to be around this machine. Pepper has the same kind of capabilities, only that she's mobile. But while she has arms, they're basically just a means of expression. They're just what I'm doing right here. They wave their arms to show how excited they are. They're not really a practical part of the robot, which is partially why Pepper is able to be so affordable. Right now, SoftBank is selling Pepper at a loss for $1,000, but it probably only costs about $2,000, maybe $3,000 to manufacture them. I'm not sure how big of a loss they're taking. But that's possible because Pepper, even though she has lots of joints and a lot of motion, they're not strong, high-quality motors or motion that's making it possible. So that's why she's so affordable. But again, she's just for interaction. Social robots are just for interaction. Here's the problem with that. In the post a week or two ago, I stated that virtual reality and augmented reality are basically going to replace all of those type of robots. And the reason for that is robots that we simply interact with are essentially just software that's been stuck into some kind of a physical body. Virtual and augmented reality are replacing physical bodies with software. So as soon as a Google Glass or a HoloLens or Oculus Rift comes along and is widely enough adopted, a robot like Jibo would just be turned into a virtual assistant that appears in your augmented reality environment. And it performs almost the same tasks. It might not be able to take a camera of you or a selfie of you and all your friends at a birthday party, but it still gives you the same interaction capabilities. It could read your emotions through whatever headset you're wearing and then play with you and smile and tell you stories and appear to move around. Microsoft actually did a demo of this almost by having a physical robot that was then given a virtual robot upper body. So any kind of a robot whose primary task is to interact with us will be replaced by software in augmented realities because there's no reason to build a thing if you can get the same result through software. This is the reason smartphones have been such a boon and have put so many physical products out of business. A Jibo will basically go the way of the phone book as soon as augmented reality comes along. So that's the primary danger of social robots. And I have to say that I'm kind of biased against social robots right off the bat because Jerry, social robots are almost competition to him because most of the home robots in use today are social robots. And Jerry's a home robot, so they're more or less competition, but there was a reason that we at Slant Concepts and Slant Robotics didn't really go the direction of a social robot. Jerry has those characteristics in there because you don't want a robot that's just a square box and hollow machine that nobody likes to be around, but there's no reason to make that the emphasis anymore. Okay, so that basically a synopsis of the post last week of how VR and AR will help social robots. But social robots, again, if they want to survive, they have to do some kind of physical task. They have to do something that a virtual character cannot. So interaction is not quite as important as the ability to work within our real world. So, social robots are pretty much just screwed in that sense. But they can get out of it if they're meant to be. Social robots can survive as pets, perhaps. Virtual pets will kind of become a thing. A hollow pet that you don't have to feed but is still around will be a thing. But the tactile involvement of working with a social robot will be something that's very common. But social robots just simply do not have the functionality that makes them a very long-term product. They're kind of a short-sighted product. They're a step to something else. They're a way of getting robots into the home so people kind of get used to them. But within about 5 or 10 years, you won't ever hear the word social robot again. There will just be robots. The one advantage of social robots as a science, like the people who are working with Jibo, is that they are really working on robotics from a product-centered kind of side of it, which is really rare in the industry because robotics has not been a product-centered kind of approach. The biggest one is the Roomba, and the Roomba is not so much industrial design. I mean, there's some big things that they did with that, but there's really not a lot. And most of the industry is so academic that they don't think about a robot as a product, they think about it as a device or a machine or a demonstration. Social robots have really moved away from that and turning robots into actual products. So that's something that's really great about them as a whole. But again, as I say, they're just kind of a stepping stone to something much more useful. And robots are meant to be much more useful. That's the entire point of having a computer with arms, so that they can go and do something for us that we ourselves do not have to physically do. That is the entire purpose of a robot, to replace our bodies as well as our intelligence. And as the use of a robot as an interface, and I'm basically going to poke at Jibo again, because Jibo is primarily an interface. It's so limited that it's a limited market, limited use, and there's much cheaper and even better products out there. I mean, I would almost prefer an Amazon Echo to a Jibo. Just because the Jibo has a screen and can wobble around does not make it something that you have to have in your home. And again, it will be replaced by software in about 5 or 10 years as AR and VR gets going. That's about all I've really got on social robots. That's a good kind of overview of them. Most of them are mainly meant for entertainment and as an interface to something else that feels really natural. But since they don't do practical physical work, they probably will not, they are not the future of robotics. They will simply become a component of more multi-use robots. Right now they're a stepping stone to something better, and that's great, it needs to be done, but they won't ever be a long-term device or product group. All right, thanks for watching. If you check out Jerry, if you haven't seen any of his demonstration videos, they're up on YouTube and the website. So take a look at those and see what we've been up to, and check back once in a while to see what other things we're talking about and working on. Thanks, guys.